Hey everybody, welcome to Shadow School Studios, and I hope y'all are enjoying y'all's Halloween. We're gonna have two deck lists this week, mostly because Halloween season. We have a scary deck list. This one is also not a casual deck because you can just be really mean with it, but it's a fun deck. It's a commander I've been wanting to build around just because I like the aesthetic. So I gotta ask, guys, if you enjoy my content, please like or subscribe for more stuff in the future, or just comment down below what you think of the deck list. Any other commanders you like that are coming out, stuff like that you want me to make a deck list about, and I'll do that, get some interaction going for the YouTube algorithm. And so I can go into it. This deck list is called The Scarecrows Louder. Kind of a pun on words. I like doing that because I'm an idiot, but this deck is the Reaper King. You can pay one of each color, or 10 colorless mana, or just 2 to replace that color, however you want to pay for it. For a 6/6 Scarecrow, other Scarecrow creatures you control get +1/+1. When another Scarecrow comes into play under your control, destroy target permanent. It's harvest time. So, yeah, basically we're going to be coming out with a bunch of Scarecrows, or Changelings, or clones, and just blowing things up on the board. For our Planeswalker, we have Karn the Great Creator. So if they go around and exile our artifacts, Karn can get them back. And basically he can also, animate some artifacts as well. Then we have Ren and Realmbreaker, which will mana fix us, and we can mill cards and get permanents back. And Amoeboid Changeling, basically it's a Scarecrow. We have a Barkform Harvester, which again is a Changeling, which, to be honest, should have just been a Scarecrow. We have Beast Whisperer, so when we cast our creature spells, we can draw a card. We have a Birds of Paradise, Bloodline Pretender, so that we'll be able to, make them come in with counters. It's another Changeling. Crossroads Candlelight is Graveyard Hate, and it's Mana Dork. Deadeye Navigator to flicker our Scarecrows. Dryad Elysian Grove for ramp. Emery, Lurker of the Lock for Graveyard Recursion. Filled into the third path to make clones of our Scarecrows in the graveyard. Foundry Inspector to make them cheaper. Grave Shifter for recursion. Hannah Ship's Navigator for recursion. Jorah's Familiar. Morphon the Boundless. We have a Mer Retriever. Oh, and this also makes them cheaper, and it anthems. Mer Retriever for graveyard recursion. Oasis Gardener for Mana Dork. We have Osseo Stick Twister. Basically, this will hand hate or make our opponent sack things. And unless they want to take damage equal to its power. If we have Delirium. Realmbreaker, basically it's a changeling that will let us cast Scarecrows or Shapeshifters off the top of our library. Saheeli Sun Brilliance will make clones of our Scarecrows. Scarecrow for Graveyard Recursion. Scaretiller for ramp. Scuttlemutt for a Mana Dork and uses Scarecrow. Shire Scarecrow for a Mana Filter. Spark Double. 3-Tree Mascot, which is also a Mana Filter. Universal Automaton is a 1-mana Scarecrow. Unsettled Mariner is some protection, and it's a Scarecrow, technically. Urza Lord Protector will reduce the cost of our Scarecrows. Urza Prince of Krug makes clones. Valdalkin Archmage will let us draw cards. Witcher Folk Thresher will let us ramp, or basically get some card advantage. Workshop Assistant is Graveyard Recursion. And we have Zerda to basically to reduce the cost of some of our creatures. Like Urza. Going to our instance, we have Dispatch for removal and 3 steps ahead as a counterspell, and it makes a copy of basically one of our Scarecrows. Arcane Signet, of course, Ashnod's Altar. Basalt Monolith to go with Zerta for infinite mana. Birthing Bows to get us a 2/2 colorless creature token, basically a scarecrow. Chromatic Lantern for mana fixing. Chromatic Orrery for mana fixing and card advantage. Commander Sphere. Helm of the Host to make us more scarecrows. Mana Vault for ramp. Maskwood Nexus to make everything a scarecrow and to make more scarecrows. Memory Vat will make clones. Mirrorworks also gives us clones. Of course, Soul Ring. The Great Hinge for card advantage. Milestone Weakstone for removal or card advantage into Mana Rock. Urza's Incubator to reduce the cost of our scarecrows. Vanquisher's Banner is to get us card advantage. And a Vexing Puzzle Box to eventually tutor for a scarecrow. Noid Procession for when we clone. Black Market Connections will make us scarecrows. Cryptolith Rite will turn our creatures into mana dorks. Elven Chorus also does it, but we can cast creatures off top of our library. Intruder Alarm. That with something like Cryptolith Rite and like Deadeye Navigator will make it where we can just infinitely flicker. We have Mechanized Production to make clones of our scarecrows. Molten Echoes, which will do the same thing. Parallel Lives for doubling our clones. And Splinter Twin, which does that as well. So we're making a bunch of copies of our scarecrows. For lands, we have stuff like, Ancient Den, Arid Mesa, the Tutor, Command Tower, Dark Moss Bridge, Darksteel Citadel, Deserted Beach, Dragon Skull Summit, Dreamroot Cascade, Dross Forge Bridge, Exotic Orchard, Goldmire Bridge, Great Furnace, Hinterland Harbor, Jetmir's Garden, Katria Triome, Overgrown Farmlands, Ruffian's Tower, Roggen Triome, Razortide Bridge, Reflecting Pool, Rustvale Bridge, Sea of the Synod, Silverwell Bridge, Slagwoods Bridge, Spar's Headquarters, Sulphur Falls, Stormgrit Bridge, Urza's Mine, Power Planet Tower, Workshop, Vault Whispers, and Xander's Lounge. I mostly did no basics as a kind of joke for this deck, because this is not the finalized deck list. I'm kind of just shopping, mostly just to like throw stuff together. I have tested this one, because I did build this a couple weeks ago. And let's go in and play test it. Pretty much a good turn one. We'll go ahead and we'll draw. We'll do Dragon Skull Summit and play tapped. Next turn, we'll do Command Tower, Arcane Signet. Next turn, Seed of the Synod. And we'll do Scare Tiller. So turn 3 is not bad. Next turn, Reflecting Pool. 1 ready for 5 mana. Cast Commander. Swing Scare Tiller. Put Darksteel Citadel in the battlefield tapped. Next turn. Immediately what we're going to do is tap for Shire Scarecrow, blowing something up. And we'll do 1, 2, 3 for Harvester, blowing something else up. So we'll blow up our opponent's blockers. And then we'll swing. Turn 6. Oof, not great. Not great. So we'll do red, blue. See Healy. 1. And we'll do Arcane Signet for Murder Retriever. And we only have 2 mana, so we're not going to do anything with it. And essentially what we're going to do is we'll just go to combat. Wherever we can. Alright, we might hold him as a blocker. But yeah, that's a good turn 6. We're blowing stuff up. On turn 7, we're going to be making clones. We'll probably make a clone of Scare Tiller, depending on other stuff. Let's go ahead and restart. Boop. Not a bad hand on this one. We'll draw. Just a bunch of tap lands, really. So, Dross Bridge. Next turn. This next turn. Dreamroot Cascade. We're going to do Chromatic Lantern. Next turn. Vault of Whispers. How do I want to do this one? I guess we could just do Commander. Sure, we'll do Commander. Because we have mana fixing. Next turn 5. For Commander's out, because we didn't have any way to protect it, but if Commander is out, immediately what I would do is two for the Me Void, blowing something up, and then we'll go ahead and just do Urza, swing. Next turn, what I would like to do here is going to be kind of hard to do. Because we have, so what we'll do is with our 2 mana here, Foundry Inspector, then 2 mana, because mana reduction, we'll do Scare Tiller, blowing something up. Though I could have also just done this for future reference. It's actually 1 mana for Urza's Incubator, choosing Scarecrows, Scare Tiller for free, blowing something up. Then we'll do Helm of the Host, because of all the mana reduction. Then we'll swing in. Yeah, look at that. Then turn 7, what do we have? Oh my gosh. So I need the 5 mana to equip because I don't have activated ability reduction. So we'll just equip it to our commander. We'll go to combat, making a copy of our commander. Blowing something up. Swing with it. And by turn 8, cool, we have Urza's Workshop. We have more mana. We could easily do that. Go to combat, make another copy. Let's go ahead and do a restart. 2 lands. Do I want to play this with 2 lands? Screw it, let's gamble. Draw for turn 1. We'll do Desert Beach and play tapped. Next turn, we'll do a Mountain, Mer Retriever. Next turn. Oof. Next turn. Okay, cool. That's not a good one. This one's better. So, well, yeah, we'll do this one. Turn 1. We'll do Ancient Den. Debt. Next turn. Vault. We don't have a turn 2, sadly. But we have a turn 3. Next turn. Oof. We'll do that. Mimic Vat. Next turn. Dross. I don't have a way to do that. We just did not get a good hand this next 2 times, but it happens. Next turn. Not great. So let me see what colors we have. We have everything but blue. Weirdly enough, we have everything but blue. Let's do Grave Shifter. Next turn. Soul Ring. Cool beans. We'll do Soul Ring. And with Soul Ring, we'll do Vanquisher's Banner. Next turn. Still no blue, but at least now we can cast our commander. We draw a card on the cast for our commander. And that's slow. That's pretty much slow, but yeah, that's really bad. Let's go ahead and do it again. What we have here. You know what? I'm keeping this one. Draw. We'll do a Jetmir's Garden. Next turn. Exotic Orchard. Next turn. Dark Steel Citadel, Urza's Incubator. Next turn, Ancient Den, Commander Sphere. We'll leave that untapped for Dispatch. Next turn, what do we have for colors here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and white, and we'll say blue. So we're still missing one more. No, we can cast our commander. Okay, we can cast our commander. Cast commander on turn 5 because we'll do white, red, or we'll do white, red, green, black because it makes them 2 cost. Yeah. And that makes our commander exactly come out on curve. Next turn. What do we want to do here? This time I want to leave mana for dispatch, so we'll do black, this, and this, just to do black market connections. And we'll say we'll just let's swing with our commander at somebody. On our next turn, we make a changeling, and we'll draw a card, so lose 5 life. Add token. It's a 3/2 with changeling, which we'll get to blow something up, and we get to draw a card. Okay, this is not a great hand. We are starving for mana. With all the mana rocks I have in here, you'd think we'd draw them. But that's fine. So I think what I'll do is leave a mana open for Maskwood Nexus. So we can start blowing more stuff up. And probably just go to combat. Next turn, turn 8. That's not a bad. Oh yeah, and we'll blow something else up. But yeah, that's how this deck goes, guys. But I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see y'all again next time. Bye-bye.